Not that many months ago, Texas was in the grip of a terrible blackout during the winter months, and many people lost their lives. Well, we're approaching winter once again, and what do you know? After that experience and months to do something about it, they are seemingly no better equipped to deal with a winter and might experience power loss like they experienced in the last winter. Curt Morgan said, this is the CEO of Vistra Corp, a major power supplier in Texas, says if another major freeze hits Texas this winter, the same thing could happen. So at least one corporation is saying, no, nothing really has happened, which is great. Energy experts say Texas's grid remains vulnerable, largely because newly written regulations allowed too much wiggle room for companies. We're gonna show you how much wiggling can go on in that. But I wanna remind you that this is consequential. 210 people at least were killed directly or indirectly during those power outages. Some estimates put it as high as 702 deaths. And they cared enough to go on Fox News a bit and talk about how it's the damn libs' fault and the Green New Deal, but not enough apparently to actually do anything to stop it from happening again. Greg Abbott had initially blamed the outages on frozen wind turbines and solar panels, which was nonsensical because first of all, they weren't hampered in the same way as natural gas and don't make up nearly as big a percentage as the electricity generation in Texas. So natural gas ended up being the big issue. So that's a problem that you can fix. They chose not to. Also, it was a demonstration of the fact that back in 2002, when they isolated their power grid from the two major national grids, that could cause problems because once their power went down, it was very difficult for them to import power from those power grids. So they wanted to do their thing where they avoid the federal government, they deregulate everything. And a few hundred people every winter or so might have to die. But are they gonna actually own up to those issues? No, they're not. And so they had this Texas Railroad Commission put together this plan that was supposed to lead to better weatherization so that they're protected against this. To opt out of this new regulation, companies need to pay $150. So they could pay, potentially millions that might save lives, or they could just pay $150. Which do you think they're gonna do as we race towards this next winter? It's mad.
So this is where we're at. It was $150, John, to opt out.
$150, petty cash.
So do you think any other laws, anyone else in the country, any other normal people can opt out of a law by paying $150? Like, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I decided not to follow the law. I'm just gonna give you $150 here. Laws that, by the way, were made to help protect people. So let me run this red light. Hey, officer, I'm sorry, Officer Jones. Yeah, here's $150. Can you just let me go? Can you opt out of laws with $150? Can you do that? And if you offer that, would you get arrested? I mean, maybe if you find a crooked cop, possibly. But if you're a corporation or if you're connected to powerful people in a state like this, you can do whatever you want. By the way, Texas is a state who just pushed this anti-choice law because they're looking to protect life. You said hundreds of people die every year from this, and probably even more when the grid goes out. Do you care about those hundreds of people every year? What's going on with the quality of life in Texas? Are they killing off the wrong people? Are they killing off minorities? They like to say abortion is one of those policies that Democrats invented so they can kill off the black folks. Are they killing off black folks here? Are people in the underserved communities getting killed more by these types of failures because $150 opt-outs? How much do you care about human life? Come on, bro.
I don't know why you're asking these questions. I showed you what the GOP tweeted, all life is precious, except in practice. Oh, by the way, I hate when we get a fact wrong on the show. So if we could go back to that last graphic, to be fair and specific, the price to opt out is not to exceed $150. So it might be much lower, honestly. It's not necessarily even $150. So I apologize, I led you astray. I was fake news right there. It might be $100, maybe it's $70. Ask yourself this question: are you allowed to do your bounty hunting thing and sue these companies for $10,000 if they don't weatherize? Oh no, that's just for women exercising their reproductive freedoms. Important stuff. By the way, the Railroad Commission was asked and said it didn't know how many natural gas companies are actually prepared for winter. An agency spokesperson said ERCOT's, that's the organization that manages all this in Texas, would have this information, but they declined to comment too. So there's a don't ask, don't tell situation going on with weatherization. I guarantee this, the people in charge of the Railroad Commission and ERCOT, the elected Republicans, none of them are at risk of losing their power if it comes to that. And if they do, I'm sure they can easily hop on a plane with Ted Cruz and go to Cancun or whatever.
Yeah, it's the way it works. Hey, if you got it, you can live. If you don't, F you. America.
100%. Yeah.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.